To begin your practice, take mountain pose. Let the arms just be down by your side. Eye gaze soft or close the eyes. Welcome yourself to this time for movement by starting with the connection of breath to body. Inhale and exhale. This month, our mantra of playing in the field of possibilities, just like it sounds, is meant to make us try a few new things on the mat, not attach much to it, just see how things go. Maybe change a few things about the ordinary as well. All right, with that intention in mind, right into sun salutations this morning. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold, hinge, forward fold, reach down to the ground. Half lift, extend from the hips out to the crown of the head. Step back to plank position. Hold at the top of your plank for a moment. Make your arms straight, shoulders right over the back of the wrist. Squeeze your heels in tight in your butt. Lengthen the tailbone, tone the abdomen. Look a little forward. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lie flat down. Cobra. Peel the chest up somewhat. Press down through the hands and the feet. Just warming and opening. And then sit back to your heels in child's pose. Walk the hands over towards the right side. Walk the hands across the center over towards the left side. And then back to the middle. Come up to all fours. Cat and cow. Inhale, let the belly drop down, pull the chest forward and through, eyes and tailbone up to the sky. And then exhale, press down through hands and knees, round the back, drop the head. A couple more breaths like that. Lower the belly, reach through the chest. Exhale and round. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Look forward in between the hands and move forward a step or jump with the feet. Half lift, forward fold. Stand up, reach the arms to the sky. And to the center of the chest. Go again. Inhale, lift up. Fold over. Half lift. Step back to plank. Lower flat down to the mat. Cobra. Again, child's pose. Press hips back to the heels. This time, thread the needle. So you come up somewhat. Cross the right arm under the left. Sit back towards child's pose with shoulder ear side of the face on the mat. The seat can always be more lifted or lower. And then unthread the right hand. And do it to the second side. Thread the left arm underneath. shoulder, ear, side of the face. Keep breathing. Unthread. Go back to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Look towards the hands. Step or jump to the front. Half lift. Forward fold. Stand, reach the arms to the sky. And palms together, center of the chest. Replay, do it all one more time. Lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. We're finding at least one different thing to play with in each round here. Step back to plank. This time go knees, chest, chin. So you set the knees down, the chest and chin, but keep the hips lifted. You're in this little grasshopper stage. From there, pull through into cobra. Good, and then right into downward facing dog, all the way up and back. Look between the hands, try jumping, half lift, forward fold, stand up, reach the arms to the sky, palms together, center of the chest. Pause here for 2 breaths. Next, take the right foot into tree pose. So stand on your left leg and place the right foot onto the left leg. You can go above or below the knee. Use a helping hand as much as you'd like. And really try to zip up the midline of the body from the pelvic floor through the abdomen up towards the shoulders. Extend the arms overhead as well. And now change to a high lunge. So we lift our right knee off of the left leg and step back. Left foot is forward. Step your right foot back. High lunge. Nice transition. Open to warrior 2. Spin the back heel down. Extend the arms in either direction. Facing the long edge of your yoga mat. Set the shoulders right over the line of the hips. Great. Side angle pose. Elbow down to the knee. Top arm palm down overhead. Reach, reach, reach. And then keep traveling downward, look at your toes. Take the hands, cartwheel around that front foot, and change back to plank. Lower down to the mat, cobra, and downward facing dog. Make your way to the front of the mat. It can be a step or a jump or a walk. And just stand back up, mountain pose. Second side, we place the left foot onto the right leg now. Tree pose. Again, use the helping hand as much as you'd like. Do make the real work of the pose here, strengthening, balancing along the midline. Arms overhead. And changing to your high lunge, you pick the left knee up, pull it into the center, and then step back. In your high lunge, feet should be about hip distance apart here. That makes it easier to balance, gives you some room through the low back. We change to warrior 2, spin that back heel down, extend the arms in either direction. Shoulders focused right over the hips. Side angle, bring it elbow to knee, top arm palm down overhead, full extension along the top side of the body. Look down around the front foot and set the hands on either side. Change to plank. Lower down to the mat. Move through your cobra. And here we're sitting back in child's pose. Knees apart, big toes together. For a moment, relax. Let the forearms be heavy, head be heavy. Breath heavy against your legs. Couple of breaths. Notice the play and change in the body from that opening bit of movement. Change to sit back on your heels, so just pull the torso upright, sit back on your heels. You can sit on flat feet, tuck toes, or take a kneeling position. Good. Lift your right arm up to the sky. Take the other hand over the belly. Engage strong in the abdomen. So bring the belly button kind of back towards the spine. Lower ribs a bit down towards the top of the hip. And then also reach over to the side. Reach as far as you can without falling off balance. Use the obliques to pull you back upright. Switch sides. Other arm high. And reach up and over. Let the head go where it needs to. Keep reaching, keep reaching. And inhale. Pull yourself back to center. Come forward, pat out the feet. All fours. And lift the right leg up and back in line with the spine. Little discovery to square off the hips, flex the back foot, point the toes down to the floor to show the square, and extend the left arm out in front, so opposite arm and leg here. As much as you can in your space, I want you to take your left hand straight out to your side towards the long edge of your mat, and then kick your right foot forward towards the right shoulder. Bring it back around, front and back, and do that kick and opening 2 more times. So as the arm swings out to the side, the leg kicks, and forward. Do it 1 more time. Kick, and forward. Lower the left hand, lower the right knee. The second side, so if you need at all to adjust the space, if you're really close to a wall, go for it. The other way to work this, in case we only have the width of our mat, is to bend at the elbows and knee. If you can, though, we're going 3 times with straight limbs. Right arm goes out to the side as you kick, left foot more forward, and straight front and back. Kick, and front and back. Kick, and front and back. Lower the hand, lower the knee. Stretch to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up into the air, 3-legged dog. Pull the knee in towards the chest and hover forward, shoulders over the back of the wrist. Step the right foot through and come up to your high lunge. Torso upright, arms to the sky. We're back here again, ready for warrior 2. Spin the back heel down, Open up. Go towards that side angle pose that we've already practiced, elbow to knee, top arm palm down overhead. Now this time we're moving into triangle pose. I want you to take your right hand across your chest, hold on towards that left shoulder, and see if you can straighten the leg. So big abdominal ask, and then open up the hands. Right hand down to your leg or the floor, left arm to the sky. On an inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, rebend the right knee. Cartwheel the hands down around the front foot and change to downward facing dog. Playing with that on our second side, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Pull the knee to the chest, hover forward, and step the foot all the way through. Come up to your high lunge, arms to the sky. Open up for warrior two, spin the back heel down, rotate, body really open to the side. Good, change here, elbow to knee, top arm palm down overhead. Okay, from strength, we're going into triangle pose. So that bottom hand, try to hold on to the top shoulder, straighten the left leg. You're in your full triangle pose, then just open the arms up again. Left hand down, right arm up. Long breath, slow exhale. Good, stand all the way upright. Bend the front knee back to warrior two. And cartwheel the hands around the front foot. All the way back, downward facing dog. Lower your knees to the mat. We'll keep building this pose today. Take both hands more towards the left side so you can just swing the right foot forward. Keep the back knee down, but move it a little further back from the line of the hip. And try forearm lunge. Go down to left forearm, down to the right forearm. If that feels too low, stay higher on the hands, but with bent elbows. We're trying to get a good gauge of where your right shoulder is in relationship to your right thigh. We're working different elements of an arm balance. Even if we don't want to, we can still, with the arm balance, the full pose, we can play with the elements that create it. And then walk back up to the hands and lift your back knee off of the mat. Okay, with the back knee up, so you're using really the strength of the legs to hold you here. Let that strength give a little bit of release in the upper body and dip the shoulders down towards the mat as if you're going back to forearm lunge, but now you're going to loop the right hand under the right leg. I always call this the backpack strap leg, so that right foot is hooked over the right arm. If this is counter for you and your body, don't do it. Just keep the hands on the inside and then kind of rock yourself back and forth, back and forth. Just lifting and pressing through the back heel a little bit to rock the body. Unwind yourself, spin the back heel down, and climb your way back up, elbow to knee, top arm palm down overhead into that side angle pose. Reverse warrior. You come through warrior two, lift the right hand up, left hand down. Nice breath. Change back to your low lunge. Drop all the way down to both knees. So back to all fours. Always like a little bit of a wag or child's pose or cat and cow in between. And then we'll try this on the second side. So stage by stage, walk both hands a little bit over towards the right. Step the left foot forward. If I try from here to go down to the forearms, it's a really long journey. But if you move the back knee further back, it starts to already really open into the hips, and then the forearms will be a little closer to the ground. Try it. Maybe it's one forearm but not the other. Or you're staying more lifted on the hands. Forearm lunge, I often also call humble warrior. So that really sense of bowing in. Okay, and then a lot of similarities, but different. You walk back up to the hands, tuck the back toes so you can lift the knee. Really hug the legs in. Think left hip back, right hip forward in space now. And try to drop that left shoulder back down towards the ground. The whole chest moves down, down, down. And then once it's as far as it'll go, the shoulders below the line of the thigh and knee, you want to loop the left arm under, line up hand, foot, hand. You're wearing that backpack strap. We're not trying to lift off with it yet, and just rocking forward and back. And then unwind yourself. Spin the back heel down, crawl the left elbow up to the knee. Scoop tailbone underneath you to open up through the whole long length of the right side of the body. Right arm palmed out overhead. Change to your reverse warrior. Left arm to the sky, right arm down. Nicely done, friends. Lower your hands down around that front foot. Come back around to the knees. Just all fours. Walk your way back. Little cat and cow. Stillness of child's pose. Take a couple of breaths. What do you need? And then once more, right foot forward. This time, good old hamstring stretch. Just kick your hips back and straighten your right leg. Fold the torso over, so you can think of this like a half split. We're looking for a good solid stretch through the calf and the hamstrings towards the glutes. Switch sides, so you just swing the right leg back. Step the left foot forward. Push the hips back to straighten the leg. You can flex the foot, pull the toes towards you. Don't overthink this one, just a nice solid stretch. Okay, again, rebend the knee, come around to all fours. Let's put more of the pieces of the pie together. Go to downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up high, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. Just a little exploration and play first. And then step the right foot all the way through into your low lunge. Hook the right shoulder under the right thigh. Pick the right heel up off of the ground as you Do that little bit of a rock forward. And then try picking the entire right leg up off of the mat so it swings out over the right shoulder. I've still got both hands and back foot on the ground. If you keep leaning forward, maybe that back leg gets a lift up. Walk yourself out of this to downward facing dog. Lift the left leg high, three-legged dog. Step through it, bend the knee, open the hip. It's getting excited, wanting to go right into it. Step the left foot all the way through into the lunge. All right, so if you are not hooking the shoulder, here's a great way to try. Take both hands to the inside, go flat palms. Shoulders not hooked. Still rock your feet forward so that you can lift that front heel up. Back heel really drawn over the toe mounds. And try just leg out to the side there. It does not have to hook. If you are hooking, it's all the same work. Leg gets to rest up onto the upper arm bone and can change you towards your balance. Everybody walks it back to downward facing dog. Come forward to plank pose. Happy that we're now down on the mat, flat down. Cobra with fingertips wide, elbows up to the sky. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more times in that wide cobra. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Yeah, so good. Roll over onto your back. Last pieces of the class today. A good steady stretch. So you've done the hard pieces of power. You're ready for the stretch, 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 and release. Hug the knees into the chest. Hold on to just the right leg. Extend the left leg down to the mat. You can go sole the foot for more ease, or the entire leg straight down. And then straighten the right leg towards the sky. Another fun way to play with that pose, I say fun, right here. Instead of letting the left heel rest on the ground, lift the leg about a foot up. Take the right leg a little more over towards the right side, more in line with the right shoulder. And then hands as if they were on the mat and all fours. Straight arms, lift in a crunch, head and shoulders off of the mat. And that's that unhooked shoulder version of the arm balance. Stay with me. This is EPK 2 Ekapada Kundanyasana. All right, bring it all back in, knees to chest. Set the right foot down to the mat, stretch the left leg. I love doing the arm balances supine so that 100% of us get that same effect of the work. Extend the right leg out, heel about a foot off of the ground, and then change left leg a little bit more towards the left side, hands straight up towards the sky. Do the crunch, lift the head and shoulders up. You're holding here. If the elbows are more bent, upper arm bone sort of grazing to the inner thigh, you even get that feeling of the hook of the arm balance. Okay, release it, pull the knees into the chest and let everything fall over towards the right side. Arms extend out in a T shape. And then take the knees across the center, let them fall over towards the second direction. Good, we bring it back to the middle and then help yourself up to a seated position. Extend your legs straight out in front of you. And take the right foot in, cross over. Good seated twist here. I like to hold the front of the shin to help into the twist. And then the back hand forms like an anchor right behind the hip. If you'd like to cross elbow to the outside of the thigh for a little more increased twist in the thoracic spine, go for it. On an inhale, breath, come out of your twist and switch sides. Pull the left foot in. You can stay to the inside or cross it over to the opposite outer thigh. And take the twist. Left hand serves as that anchor behind you. Hold the front of the shin or hook elbow to the outside of the thigh. Every inhale, think head lifting up towards the sky a little bit longer. And inhale and come slowly out of the twist. Extend both legs straight out in front of you. Nice flex of the feet. Keep the spine as long as you can, meaning don't move into the rounded shape quite yet. And reach your hands towards your ankles. If that's working for you, hold on to the outside edges of your feet. Again, we're thinking full long spine from hips out to the crown of the head. And then change here, round the back, nice even rounding of the back as you take forehead closer to the shins. And that even rounding of the back should move forehead more to shins, less to thighs or knees, which might mean you still are holding yourself a bit up so as not to only collapse in head, neck, shoulders. And then come all the way back upright in the torso. Set the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana, butterfly, bound angle. Give it a little bit of a flap. And then play with this one. Stay upright. And then fold over. One more time, come upright. And fold over. Press the feet strongly towards each other as you extend the knees out in either direction. Okay, and then again, come upright. We'll change to a straddle position, so if you need to move towards the long edge of your mat, whatever you need to change to come into a full straddle. I always think heels towards the edges of the mat, and I sit towards the back end. Walk your hands out And think of that long spine that we just did in our seated forward fold, so not letting ourselves collapse at all or round. Stay on the fingertips, go to the palms or forearms, find the adjustment down that works for you. Keep pressing both heels and sits bones even towards the mat. Walk both hands all the way over towards the right leg. Have the hands split the leg and point the torso down towards the leg. So there should be a twist involved to do that. And if the opposite hip is sit bone is getting a little lift off of the mat, don't worry about that too much. Body adjusting to what it needs. And then walk it on over to the second side. Again, hands on either side of the leg. Try to make your chest face that leg, so a little twist in the torso happening. Good, good, good. Come back to your center. Go to your best stretch here. Lay the abdomen, chest as far forward to the mat as works. And then when you're ready, walk yourself back upright. Hold on to your legs to help pull everything back in. I always like soles of the feet here. Nice strong hug. Then we'll lie down for the last couple of minutes of class. So again, lie down onto your mat. Hold on to just the right knee and give it some circles out and around. And then switch the direction. And set the right foot down. Do that on the left side. So you're squeezing the knee in and then making circles out and around. Switch the direction of the circle. From here, Baddha Konasana while you're lying down, so soles of the feet together, and then let the knees fall out to the side. This tends to tilt my pelvis way forward, which makes my belly and low back pop up away from the ground. And I just want to calm that back towards neutral a little bit. I literally place my hands on the belly to get a little bit of soothing exhale of belly and mid to low back closer to the mat. If this one doesn't feel good to you, and more than half the time it doesn't for me, you'd switch with your knees together and feet apart. And from that supine position, stretch your legs all the way out. Let your arms rest by your side. Shavasana. If you notice yourself still wiggling and needing a little bit of last movement, go for it. Do the last things. And then when you are ready, fully soften into Shavasana. Allow yourselves just a few more breaths of softening here. And slowly come back to a seated position. Sit again tall through the spine, but the body relaxed and calm. We honor the close of practice and that space moving from practice on the mat to practice off of the mat through the sound of Om. You're welcome to join along with me by singing, listening, or even tune it out. Exhale, breath. Take a deep breath in. Full gratitude to you, each other, and this practice. Thank you.